Well, I'm not going to dodge the topic any further. Living here in my hometown of Surrey, BC has its positives, but it's also got a few drawbacks. And before you plan to move here, it's probably wise that you know what they are. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the 3 worst things about living in the city of Surrey. From my point of view, somebody who has lived and worked in the city my entire life.
You worked your entire life?
Really? Like, no slack, eh? And I'm going to do so right after I tell you that my name is Steve and I've been selling real estate here for 15 years in Surrey. And if you like terribly cheesy videos like this one, updating you on the real estate market and more, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and make sure you click the like button for the YouTube algorithm, because that is the best way you can help me get this information out to other people that are also considering moving to Surrey. And of course, if you're planning to move to Surrey or have questions about the city, please book a call with me right now down below in the description with just a few simple clicks at a time that works best for you. And now on to the 3 things that I hate most about Surrey, the place I was born, raised, and now work. And the first thing I have to admit is, unfortunately, transit in this city really sucks. Although more than half of Surrey's residents commute outside of the city for work, almost all residents drive to work. In fact, pre-pandemic, the number was more than 90% of people living in the city used their cars to get to their jobs. This is likely because Surrey is primarily still a bus-based transit system, because different municipal governments, as they've turned over the years, have fought over which type of transit to bring into the city, ultimately causing massive delays and great losses to the taxpayers. I mean, don't get me wrong, Vancouver's preferred transit method, the SkyTrain, does reach Surrey, but initially in 1990 only with 1 stop in Surrey, in an area where nobody really lived or worked, or even really traveled to. But hey, 4 years later, 3 more stops were added along the Surrey SkyTrain route in possibly the worst area in the whole city, Wally. And the 28 years since then, yes, SkyTrain has been extended through Burnaby a couple of times, all the way out to Richmond, and even Port Moody, which has a population of 33,000 people, while Surrey has a population currently nearing 600,000. But all that is hopefully about to change, with 4 more stops now being added down Fraser Highway across 2 more neighborhoods, with an eventual 3 more stops through the city as the SkyTrain extends out to Langley over the next many years. So Surrey commuters, life isn't easy for you moving here to Surrey because, well, at this point, the whole southern half of the city has been pretty much forgotten. And finishing transit to the north end of the city, well, that's going to take pretty much the next decade. The second worst thing about the city of Surrey is the fact that there's almost no entertainment. There's no nightlife, and there's not even that many good restaurants. So the city has no stadium or arenas, and really just a few kind of shoddy outdoor venues. So there are no places for sporting events or concerts. The nightclub scene or nightlife scene has been completely discouraged by the city. There are few, let's face it, there are no places or entertainment districts for people to keep themselves busy at night. So if you're looking for something to do, like maybe go to a concert, you're driving 30 minutes east to Abbotsford or 30 minutes into Vancouver for the bigger venues. And well, restaurants, your news isn't getting much better. There are a few solid restaurants in the city, but they are few and far between. Surrey is kind of the land of the chain restaurants. So if you want to go out somewhere fancy like White Spot, Red Robin, or Boston Pizza, this is the place to do it. But unfortunately, most of the time, going out for a fancy dinner means picking your favorite Cactus Club. And the worst part about living in Surrey, truly, I honestly believe this, is the city's reputation. Every major metropolitan area has its city or neighborhood that gets the bad rap, like Staten Island in New York, or maybe Brampton outside of Toronto. And well, if you're coming to Vancouver, that bad rap is Surrey. Most often when people reach out to me about moving to the Lower Mainland from somewhere else, the conversation goes a little bit like this.
Can't afford Vancouver, so I was thinking maybe New West, Coquitlam, the Tri-Cities, Langley, Delta, maybe White Rock.
Leaving out, of course, the biggest city in the area, Surrey. But why? Why is it that the city has such a bad rap? Well, let's face it, originally Surrey was populated by a bunch of people that couldn't really afford to live in Vancouver.
Well, I guess that hasn't really changed.
That's right. The working class can't afford the top end of the market. So where do they end up? Well, in the suburbs. But within my lifetime, I think I have a better idea for why people don't really like to think about moving to Surrey when moving to the Lower Mainland. And that is because the downtown core of Surrey is a rough area to live. Almost all of the people moving to this area don't understand what Surrey has to offer and how big it is. You see, the SkyTrain only comes currently to the neighborhood of Whalley. And well, that would be like if the SkyTrain terminated in Vancouver at the corner of Main and Hastings. Ever been there? If all you ever saw of Vancouver was the corner of Main and Hastings, it would not be regarded as one of the nicest cities in the world. Just wouldn't. Most people getting exposure to the city don't get to see those family-friendly areas and all of the amenities that they offer in that suburban lifestyle. Great areas like Strawberry Hill, Panorama Ridge, Sullivan Station, Cloverdale, Fraser Heights, Grandview, and all of the other great neighborhoods. And until recently, when the downtown core has been slightly cleaned up, when you got off the SkyTrain to come visit Surrey, you walked out into obvious drug addiction and other social problems. So that is why I believe Surrey got the bad rap. Now that I think about it, maybe it was the people getting off of the SkyTrain visiting Surrey that actually made it not the nicest place to be. Maybe people not from Surrey are the problem. Hang on, quick, call another election so the SkyTrain project doesn't get finished. It might ruin the rest of the city. And after hearing all of this, if you're still interested in possibly moving to the city of Surrey, you can book a call with me right now down below in the description with just a few simple clicks at a time that works best for you. And while you're down there, you can download my Informed Buyer's Guide so you know what to expect. Please subscribe for Surrey. Click the like button to get this information out to more people moving to the city. Check out some of my listings by following me on Instagram, and we'll see you in a couple of days.